Welcome back to LCS Challengers League. I am Mazel, joined by Beatdown and Soul from Evil Geniuses Challengers yet again, as we had a very back and forth but dominant game from Dignitas Challengers that last time around. I will say, not exactly the fashion I thought FlyQuest would find ways back in, but it was interesting nonetheless. Want to get your takes on it, Soul?
Yeah, I mean, FlyQuest, they were definitely struggling a little bit, both in top lane and the bot lane in the beginning of the match. And I just have to give props to UG. He was like constantly finding ways to save the bot lane, save his top laner, and he was finding all these engages. Yeah, UG's just playing out of his mind, and I think the game lasted as long as it did because of the ways he was finding his, or the ways he was getting his team back into the game.
Yeah, and I do want to bring that point to how important UG was, but also from your top lane perspective, this bot lane matchup, man, it definitely felt like Masu, Kitong had their moments, but the standard is the standard for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, Tomo Diamond, they're very, very proficient on Lucian Nami. You know, I firsthand faced their Lucian Nami, and they are very, very good at it. And it's no surprise that they're very, very dominant in the laning phase.
Did you have any thoughts about kind of how they went about the weird mid to late game sections where you had a lot of those kind of wraparound calls from Dignitas? They were pulling FlyQuest around the map. It feels like communication was pretty strong there, right?
Yeah, I think for most of the mid game, they were trying to make like a lot of plays on the side lane for Dignitas side and even for FlyQuest side. I think that's probably a mistake because generally when you have like comps like Lucian Nami, you just want to make it so that the Lucian has confidence dashing in and starts doing Lucian things on the mid lane. But yeah, they ended up straying away from the mid lane a lot, and they ended up going to the side lanes, which caused like a lot of trouble for Tomo during the mid game.
Well, that's a nice little breakdown. Thank you, Soul. Didn't get to talk to you during the game, so nice to hear a little bit of a breakdown there. But now we're going to move to our little bit of fun time. So before we get into this, I want to say to Twitch chat, please put in some questions for our top laner of Evil Geniuses, Soul. I will take your best takes from Twitch chat and we'll present them to Soul. We'll ask him the questions, see if we can get the answers you're looking for. But until then, Beatdown has gathered some hot takes from our fellow would-be casters, and we're gonna have Soul judge those. So go ahead and put in some questions for Soul. I'll be reading those in chat while Beatdown goes ahead and does his thing.
Yeah, so just a quick heads up, Soul. Once I give you the take, need you to rate it 1 to 5. You know, for how 5 being most spicy. Okay.
So just how spicy it is, not accurate.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
They kind of go hand in hand, but yeah, like how spicy.
Gotcha.
All right, so FlyQuest is just getting warmed up and will be top 3 by the end of the split. That's Sierra.
I'd say it's like a 4 on Spice. I think there's like a lot of really, really strong teams.
That's fair.
I mean, I think FlyQuest is a solid team, and they've shown that they have like strong team play, and I agree that they'll only get better as the season goes on. But I think top 3 is like pretty steep. There's like a lot of really strong teams in the NACL, and I don't know if they'll be up there with them.
Right off the bat, what's your top 3 then?
Well, obviously I gotta put my own team because
of course,
I can't not put my team there.
Agreed.
But I think it'll be Dig and C9.
All right. Yeah. All right. So take number 2. Dignitas Challengers are poised to win the split, but right before playoffs, some of their players will need to sub for LCS. That was from Kangas.
Kangas got some interesting spice.
Honestly, I think it's a pretty interesting take. I don't know if there's like that high of a chance that they'll sub players in and out of Dignitas LCS, because it seems like their LCS team are kind of like buddies, even though they're not like doing the best so far. But yeah, if that ends up happening, that'll be quite unfortunate. But I do think at a current state, they are poised to be the best team right now. So,
so 1 to 5, spicy.
1 to 5. I would say for them subbing into LCS, I'd give it like a. Honestly, it's not that spicy. It's like a 2. Honestly, like their LCS team's not doing too hot. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, there you go. The next one's gonna be from. Wait. No, go ahead, Lennon.
We have not gotten any take. The closest I've gotten is cold take. Moose Hater is the president of an ACL.
I mean, that is a pretty cold take. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, pretty cold. I'd give that a 1.
Are you running for presidency at all here in an ACL at all? Is Gary your running mate?
Well, considering I don't play Garen, I think I'm not really fit for the position. But
Garen's only.
yeah, if that's the qualification, then Moose Hater is in fact the president.
Yeah.
There's
So-
the cold take.
That's a 0 out of 5.
Love
I'm just
to
gonna go
see
ahead
0 out
and
of
say
5
it's
Peppers.
official,
We're
you
going to
know?
negatives.
Yeah, true. So the next one's from Cubby. It says FlyQuest will have less than 5 kills total game 1. I don't remember the exact kill count, but I think that didn't end up being true. But if we let's judge it going into the series. Pretend we didn't see game 1.
Pretend we didn't see what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think this is also like a pretty cool take. I mean, I remember Cubby tweeted about FlyQuest or Dignitas' game against us, and their games were like pretty clean, about like 15-20 minutes, and the game was over. So I assume that Cubby thought that they were just gonna do that to like every single team. So yeah, based off of Cubby's tweets, I'd give this like a 1 as well.
Fair enough. Not too spicy. Not too
I
spicy.
got another cold take here, Soul.
Okay.
And it's one that we all can kind of appreciate. I miss anime, girl. That's what I'm saying.
Me too, man.
Yeah, pretty cool take.
I've
Pretty cold take.
been meaning to ask this, but thank you, Twitch chatter, for reminding me. Did you choose the change, or did TSM tell you to change?
Well, it was kind of a two-way street. They encouraged it, but it was something that was always on my head, you know.
Yeah.
So
see.
so yeah, it went both ways.
Okay.
Well, I just want to get really quick Soul's last little takes going into this one. That kind of comeback from FlyQuest needed. What do you want to see them shore up in the draft?
I think honestly they just need like less volatile lanes. I think UG right now is playing extremely well. They just need to not have one side of the map be like a dark hole. Like honestly.
Find a way to get some light over there at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Soul. We will see you after the series is over. We're going to move into the draft now. Dignitas Challengers are on the blue side yet again, and FlyQuest Challengers, they're on the red side. So no change up of sides, maybe a change up in bans, but honestly for Dignitas, feels like you can just kind of run it back.
And I really want to quickly say I had one more hot take, and it kind of leans into what Yuji was saying just now, and it was from Joshi, where he said the only role where FlyQuest is better is jungle. Yeah, Yuji, I think that's a pretty solid take because he's been playing very well. I agree with that statement.
We also got the spice from Tobo, or I guess from Diamond, talking about bottom lane last time around too. We'll see those bans coming across though. It's the Azir, the Maokai, and the Varus for Dignitas Challengers. We also have the Ashe, the Elise, and the Caitlyn banned by FlyQuest. So a lot of focus down bottom lane. Again, something Diamond had said coming into the series was that they will focus on bottom lane bans. They're just going to try to ban us out, and it's not going to matter. So far, it hasn't. We'll see if those bans lead to anything here for FlyQuest, but it is just that tried and true pickup for XU that facilitates some jungler in the Sejuani.
And we aren't going to see a change coming through here from the bottom lane. I mean, Lulu and Zeri, like Challengers, very confident in this pickup for their bottom side of the map. And of course,
I just
XU,
really want to hover this.
you can't hover. It's for his girlfriend, so you love to see it.
Yeah, every time. And I think that's such an appreciation, especially Valentine's.
Dude.
Hey, you can learn from XU. I know Rizzler learned from XU.
Exactly.
The rest of the esports players, but yeah, we do just get that rematch of exactly what we had last game so far beat down.
I will say, the last time FlyQuest did a salty run back, they won. Which is very, very interesting to see the way they're able to adapt some of their changes, even if they run the exact same draft. But so far, even as far as bans go, things are very similar, if not exactly. Okay, there's the difference. They're like, you know what,
Not going to
Hoon?
give that one over.
You're not hooning all over us in game 2.
But he's got other tools.
He does.
Yora's on the table. You've got so much. Casante's still there. We'll see the final ban from Dignitas here. It was at least the Kassadin that first went on to Spyrax, giving that one to Spyrax definitely a no-go. The Jax now, so some respect given in the second phase by both teams.
Right. And it's probably because maybe Hoon could very well be taking the Cassante. Maybe this is the game where we see a Gnar. Well, a lot of different possibilities here for the rest of this draft. And I guess Philip was the one thinking about Gnar on the top side. And that would be an interesting lock-in. Wow. Okay. My initial thought was Fiora. I'm going to be real. Philip's been struggling lately. So.
Philip trying to flex on him.
Yeah,
I don't have any muscles, but if I had muscles,
if he has the muscle to flex on him, flex away. Philip. But from what we've been
Flexes.
seeing before, he's looking a little lean.
Looking a little lean. We'll see what the pick is here for the Dignitas, as it might just be this Gnar, and a lot of team fight potential there, but also the play into the Fiora. Obviously, Hoon willing to take this matchup.
Well, this, I think, well, generally that should be good for Philip, but again, it depends on jungle intervention, depends on how well Philip plays, and this fits overall with how FlyQuest play the game, where they usually leave Philip on the side, usually have him isolated, play for 2 lanes. So at least this time around, he has a pick that's going to scale really well and can out-duel. You stop playing with me, Keaton.
Don't do it.
Stop
don't do
messing
it.
with me. I want that Diana. I'm sick of this.
Yeah. So Diamond and Tomo, obviously
Yes.
on the Lucian Nami, have been so big. XU was down there visiting bot lane, but they had gained a lead, it felt like, for the bot lane themselves. Insanity on this rise, though, the kind of run back potential here, insane for Dignitas. And I think there it is. The answer from FlyQuest will be Spyrax's Cassiopeia.
So we'll finally see the difference. One of the differences that FlyQuest are going for here. When I see Fiora, Lennon, one of the first things I think of course, is, yeah, you can team fight, but let's be real. You're here for the split. You're here for the 1v1s, the 1v2s, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So I immediately look to the rest of the draft and see how well they function as that 4-man unit. And I like what Fly Challengers have on this bottom side, or rather on the rest of the map here, with how well Yuji is playing on the Wukong. Spyrax on a different pick this time in the Cassiopeia. If he gets going, that's going to be really impactful because you have good into Rise. You have Lucian Nami, relatively low range. So you're well within this Cassiopeia's range of damage and things like that. And that's what Dignitas have to be aware of. You have good team fight with Hoon, especially on the Gnar, and Insanity back on the Rise. But you still have to be wary of this Cassiopeia, especially if you're the one doing the face checking.
Well, we're getting on to the Rift now for our final game of the day. Make sure you spam in chat who you think's going to take this dub. Dignitas, DIGC, and FlyQuest, or FlyC, in chat right now. Let's see those percentages go up and down. I want to see the numbers crunch. But speaking of crunch, it is crunch time for FlyQuest to try to right this series for themselves and not let Dignitas continue to separate themselves from the rest of the map in terms of those standings at 16-2.
Right, Dignitas was already first place going into today. I believe 2 wins. As the next one above have 11 or 12 wins. And the fact that they're at 15 now, looking for 16, it would just be incredible for them to further cement themselves as first place. And it's interesting too, because just going back to what we talked about last game, where we looked at these teams, players individually, and what we expected going into the split, we knew Dig would be a team that were title contenders. And at least personally, they're showing this potential a little sooner than expected. Because going into week 4, I did not have Dignitas first place at 15-2 on the bingo card. Personally.
Are you sure? You did? You want to check that again?
I'm double checking right now. Like, since you mentioned it, not quite. You know, top 3, different story. First place by a noticeable margin. I didn't have that. Maybe you do. Maybe you're close to bingo. I mean, I'll be happy for you.
I'm just looking at these numbers not moving in the spam to chat stuff, and I'm a little sad. Come on, peoples. Unless that's just literally we've gotten 50-50, but we'll see as Tomo we're taking a 50-50 against Kitong and Masu. Back to this bottom lane focus, though. We see both junglers essentially wrapping this way as Yuji on his way from top side of the map, in XU on this bottom side path. He'll be able to make his presence known, and capitalization bot lane led to so many payouts last game.
XU, of course, level 3 shows up once more on this bottom side of the map. Will Masu and Kitong be ready
Yuji
for
spotted.
it? Oh, the good ward from Insanity learned his lesson from that
Doesn't
last
even
game.
clear the ward. Says, nah, I don't need that extra gold.
Yeah, it's like it's
Oh,
about
we
to
got
expire.
movement in the percentage. Oh, it's back.
Oh wow, is it just that even? Everyone just believes. Oh, okay, there we go.
Let's go.
Woohoo!
Spyrax, though, trading onto Insanity. I'm going to find too much. We do get the 3v3 brewing bot lane beatdown.
We do. XU, so impactful on the Sejuani. these early plays and everything like that. Yuji, good game, but how will he prevent Tomo and Diamond from getting an insane lead like they got in that last game? Because even though not many kills went through Lennon, you might remember when we did that gold check-in, it was ridiculous. Like 1,500 gold for Tomo just off things like plates and farm.
Both jugglers have just been sitting around here waiting for the Scuttle Crab to come. Actually makes his way around with the movement up from Diamond, and they use the priority gained to get this first mini dub on the board for Dignitas. And I think that's a little bit left wanting for Yuji, as XU actually going for a bit of an aggressive path into his blue buff now.
You have that opportunity. Tomo Diamond, of course, going to be on the move as well to ensure the security of this buff. But I like this, pushing XU away so that the buff resets. But they really just believe, like, XU is like, look, Yuji, bro, this is my buff. But Masu says, no, it's not.
And now what does the other one say, Pita?
The other XU just said, okay. He's like, you know what, fair enough.
And then what did they say back?
Now they said, good. That's what I thought.
Okay,
never come back here. Never show your face here again.
But then what was the response? No, we're not.
That was the response. And now XU's response. No, I can keep going. We can do this.
Oh, Yuji. Actually, don't know. I think XU got that one, maybe? He's up.
Yeah,
XU
snagged it.
Yeah, so he throws the thumbs up there, still efficient. And my guy's just relentless, man. Like, XU is not letting up the pressure here. And Yuji, he can't do anything. He's going to catch Insanity in the transition, but Insanity is still a rise. Does chunk down Yuji, as now Dignitas realize they can go for this blue buff for free.
This focus on the bottom side is insane, even more so than this last game. And it's funny because I just know Soul is in the side, you know, listening to this, watching this, being like, man, I miss when junglers did this on the top side.
True.
No jungler has even showed up on the top side yet.
Speaking of Soul, right, I did want to check in with him about how this top lane matchup, and it hasn't really gone either way, right? But he was saying usually 1 through 3, Fiora doesn't pressure Gnar very well, but will gradually win. But that second item spike in the side lane is where Philip is definitely trying to make his bread and butter, right? And he even said needs to play like a psychopath level 1, but we didn't see that. And now we have to see how kind of Philip reacts to that situation from Hoon, who will have a lot more of a team fight presence, it feels like.
Absolutely. And like most Fiora matchups, she will outscale inside. Until then, I mean, you don't have time for that, especially that 2-item mark. We saw what Dignitas were able to do in that amount of time, so that kind of impact needs to happen sooner, which is why, even though there's a lot of bot focus, I am expecting Yuji to show up top side at some point as well. Because I'm looking.
You just go back bot.
Oh, you're joking. He hasn't touched his top camp.
Oh, the bubble. And the standard will be met. Maybe the flash coming out as a response. We got 3 summoner spells burned back to back to back from FlyQuest Challengers.
And this is why this is slightly tougher for Yuji. Yuji is on this bottom side of the map, but XU is constantly fighting him for his jungle camps. That's why you see the slight farm lead. And if this keeps up, XU can keep moving here as long as he keeps stealing these camps away. And look at it, just de-aggroes the dragon. He's still in this area, and it's like Soul said, it's about giving your Lucian that confidence to move forward, to do Lucian things, and Insanity, he's about to do some Rise things.
They're about to do a dive. 3-man under tower is FlyQuest. 1 goes down. Tower shot tanked by Insanity. It means the rest of Dignitas out of dodge. That'll be a nice first blood for Dignitas Challengers.
And it's just a beautiful start. Insanity in a not so great matchup for Rise gets out of lane, sets up the dive, and it pays off masterfully for the side of Dignitas Challengers. And the first blood goes on to none other than Tomo. It just gets better and better. As overall, we're looking at this top lane. It's like Soul said, at this point, Philip isn't ahead. He's going to be pressured a lot until that 2-item mark. And doesn't look very fun.
It's not fun. It's just not looking fun. What a pain report from Soul. How this is going.
Yeah, 1
we
to
do
10
have
maybe.
pings. Yeah. We have pings coming down towards this dragon pit here for FlyQuest, maybe trying to get back on the map, but they are not in a position to really contest at this point. 1,000 gold down at 8 minutes. Not that much, but still something you definitely don't want to have before 10 minutes. And the dragon stacking taking a backseat yet again. But we actually see just XU doing the normal things, getting the s'mores and chocolate and graham crackers all ready to go bot lane.
Oh,
What's your favorite camping ingredients? What does XU bring to your campsite?
I would ask him to bring chocolate. He can have all the graham crackers and marshmallows. I'm just gonna eat the chocolate.
You're that kind of guy, huh?
I am. I
Oh,
really
no.
am. It's so good.
That's not the experience, though. You don't you don't even melt it all to get. Do you melt
My
the chocolate?
taste buds disagree. It's still an experience.
I'm one of those people that burns the marshmallow because the like caramelized taste is really nice. You know, I'm one of. So we have both spectrums here.
Yeah,
at
we're
least,
literally the opposite. And you know what? That means would we not camp well together? Because
I think we
you
camp
get
very
all
well
the
together.
stuff. Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
have to try it out sometime.
Agreed.
Speaking of that camp, Tomo Diamond using the tools left by XU as he's been down here so many times to try and aggress on Amasu and Kitong. I mean, we're getting pings onto the Rift Herald here as XU just going to his blue side of the jungle to clear up. Yuji hovering, now pinging as an aggressive stance comes out from FlyQuest.
Yeah, this opportunity. Realm Warp still off of cooldown, so it means naturally Spyrex will get that first move. And this could be a pretty interesting angle, either onto Yuji, onto Hoon. Hoon recognizes this, and after the
Yuji
wave,
got the blue
he's
buff.
gonna go for the... Okay! That's mental warfare right there. Yuji needed that, and being able to get that back, of course, any jungler who's watching, listening, they know how important that was. And even more important than the jungler's mental is going to be the Rift Herald. Getting that secured for FlyQuest is going to be super important because you can use that to make plays for your Cassiopeia. If you find your way towards the bottom side of the map, set up a dive, another great way to use this Herald. Either way, because of Hoon's choice of back timer, because of the pressure, it's just going to be easily secured by Dig.
And I'm loving this vision game from Dignitas using the triple control wards towards this top side. Though, right back to it. There's a half health bot lane and a hungry piggy for XU coming into bot lane now. Masu, Kitong realize there might be something afoot.
And I like that respect. You back off. The question is, do they walk back into the turret? Of course, the aggression from Tomo and Diamond is all they need to know to be like, you know what? I didn't want any golden XP anyway, but Yuji being here, that's a different story. Health is not in
So many
FLY's
plates
favor.
going over, though.
Yeah.
XU steals away the Gromp, a little bit of revenge there. As Tomo and Diamond continue to press in. Again, the standard bot lane versus the new hotness in Kitong and Masu. Really love to see Tomo and Diamond kind of asserting their control over this series with the help of XU. Meanwhile, asserting control, Grand challenge popped. Hoon is just a little baby mini Gnar. And Philip wants to chase him down. One more Q, sweet spot. Riposte! It's not enough! Oh my God! You know what time it is, Beatdown?
It's Hoona time, Lennon.
Let's go!
God, I can't believe it. It looked so good for Philip. One more dash, and it wasn't enough. He couldn't hit the vital. And it's well played from Hoon. Hoon, oh man, gets that first kill, and this matchup just gets that much harder. I'm getting flashbacks to game one here, and it's looking like Hoon is absolutely gonna Hoon all over Philip in the side lane.
Yeah, just turn into a noun, a verb, an adjective, whatever we need to make it happen. Speaking of, we're making it happen in mid lane. Dignitas catch out Yuji. He uses the clone very, very smoothly, and Spyrax able to separate the rest of the distance with the team. Yuji makes it out by the skin of his teeth, has the Rift Herald available, coming back out on the map.
I'm starting to get worried that this game is game one, but like the speed edition, you know? They are on the side of Dignitas, they are firmly in control of this game, and they've gotten a significant gold lead much faster than they did in game one. And Tomo,
oh my God,
no way.
The barrier. Oh, he almost got hit by the Diamond! You monster!
Says Masu, why don't you ebb and flow your way back to the gray screen as Kitong, sorry buddy.
My God, they are just asserting bot lane dominance here. Diamond and Tomo said, what's the new hotness? Who is this? Who's spicy?
Looking pretty cold.
Masu and Kitong, they looking real cold today. Diamond Tomo popping off with this Lucian Nami combo that has fit them so well. Now Yuji, though, looking to find the power points for FlyQuest back on the top side of the map with the Rift Herald.
And this is... Okay, I didn't realize. I thought the clone was Philip. That was awkward. So you get some plates over to Philip. Very much needed because Philip's been struggling right now. And any gold you can get him is a good thing. It's brutal, though, because bot lane... Lennon, bot lane is going crazy. Can we see the gold, please? After this replay, of course, and it's going to be the replay.
I don't want to see this again.
1v1. Children,
Soul, look away.
avert your eyes as Hoon manages to make enough space for that last vital to not get hit, and you can see it. Auto spacing so well, and he just needed the one vital. You see that one? It's just right there, and it expired.
No.
If it didn't expire, that's a kill.
No. Oh my god. Okay. We don't even have time to react. Spyrax is off the board. The chess piece for FlyQuest gone.
No, Lennon, 16-2 sounds pretty good right now. What do you think?
Yeah, it's looking like it, my friend. About 6,000 gold in the lead is Dignitas. Should be another dragon secured by them. And Philip? A little bit of trouble? Philip? Hey, Philip. Hey, Philip. Hey, Philip. Hey, Philip, run away. Philip.
Okay,
He makes it out. Okay, good job, Philip.
I felt your anxiety.
It's tragic. It's literally tragic.
Yeah. Not at that second item, like Soul was highlighting. So Philip, he's not having a good time. Tragic, like you said. Bottom side of the map, Masu also not looking so good because of all the attention on that bottom side of the map. And I mean, a lot of it is the fact that XU is continuously able to steal jungle camps, barely farms his top side of the map, which is crazy. And it just means that Yuji leaves these openings so that XU and the rest of Dignitas can punish this bot lane. And it's culminated in an incredible lead at 15 minutes here, almost 8K. We're seeing the thing drop down.
Oh my god, Kitong has to use the wild growth on himself. Yuji is just here as a passerby. And that's where I just have to emphasize the extreme bright points that, first of all, Tomo Diamond bringing to the table of Dignitas has brought, right? The core of Dignitas is sticking around. But Spyrax, we're not going to watch that. I love the emote use right there. It's just been about this clean, calculated precision from a team that is thinking on another level, it feels like, to a lot of our other NACL teams. And when you talk to these guys, it's because of those great conversations, the back and forth, the willingness to talk through things with Dignitas, with the introduction of Diamond, with the way that Insanity has been in the past as a shot caller. It's just really paying dividends. I have to give so much praise to the Dignitas camp.
Absolutely. We're going to see that replay of how Diamond managed to pick up that kill onto Spyrax, and it's looking like a lot of CC was used here, and that timing is very depressing, to say the least. And I'm starting to figure out how Spyrax ended up going down, and I want to just bounce off the point you just made, and it's just to further talk about Diamond, Insanity, these two very intelligent, vocal players on this roster. Actually, I'm going to get back to that. Look at the bot lane. Lennon, I'm too scared to do the math. Can you do it for me, please?
Nope, we don't do live math on air. I can't do it.
You're right. Never mind. The big thing here is that Tomo, big lead, looking great for Dignitas.
Huge, gigantic, all the adjectives.
Gargantuan. And
we're done. We're done.
Okay, fine. I wasn't sure. So, Dignitas, I think there's so much to... okay, we're not done.
God, he just does so much damage there. Masu wanting to fight back, though. Looking up to Tomo in so many ways, but looking down into his own grave this time around. They might be their possible mentors in terms of helping Masu through a lot of those solo queue moments, helping him grow as a player, helping him onto the stage here, but it will be a SmackDown City delivered to FlyQuest bot lane, courtesy of the old FlyQuest bot lane in Diamond and Tomo.
And that's just another turret, more gold here. Herald might not get the charge that they're looking for, but okay, wow. Diamond's doing a lot of damage.
Yuji wants it. Yuji wants Aspire. They want their old teammates, but XU's here. He said, nah. You ain't gonna get my new teammates, as Philip comes over at the Grand Challenge onto Tomo. Kitong, Matsu, they're going over. Diamond, he might go down here. This is tricky, but Insanity's flashing over the wall. No, it's all going down to hell, and Dignitas Dignitas are delivering them by hand. Double kill for Insanity.
And we're 18 minutes in with an incredible gold lead. It just gets harder and harder, and there's so much to talk about here. Hey, this bot lane, Tomo, Diamond, the standard for a reason. Insanity, this basically one of the best mids in the tournament, and who's almost the best mid last year during Proving Grounds. And oh man, this replay is gonna make me sad.
You know, they tried.
They did.
They tried.
Yes, we do appreciate that. Not giving up immediately, constantly looking to make plays even when you're down. And it does look brutal when you're in those situations. And it's just how it is, but the gold lead is just too strong. And we look, oh yeah, in the picture-in-picture, got a little action going on.
A little bit of action onto the Hunan time, as I don't think we're going to see him get too far down now. Spyrax, though, caught in the side lane. Petrifying Gaze comes out. A little bit of damage into Insanity, but Exu cleans that one up. Hoon gets out, maybe? Oh, no, Philip, not again. Oh. He makes it out. Shutdown goes over.
That would have been earth-shattering, but it wasn't. And that's what we're excited about here. The shutdown goes through, but you lose Spyrax inside. Trades will favor you as FlyQuest, but you're also going to lose the turret. So it's not really a trade anymore, or at the very least, an even one. Dignitas are they're just waiting for the chance to end the game. I'm not even pretend anymore. FlyQuest have scaling options. They have opportunities, but this gold lead is ridiculous.
It's definitely all in favor of Dignitas Challengers. Oh, Philip.
Goodbye.
Philip?
Yeah, they got him.
We're going to be asking some questions on how that happened.
Yeah,
maybe we get a look back. I just thought like maybe he didn't think Insanity was going to be there. I don't know. It is Dragon down to Dignitas, though. It's third Dragon. Oh, and another one bites the dust, says
oh my God.
As Masu is gone as well. And we're just, we're snapping people out of existence here, Beatdown.
We're flexing. Tomo, Diamond, like the incredible confidence from this bot lane have been playing together for 2 years now. We talked about whether or not they would be able to keep playing at the level we saw, or if they would level up. And
oh my God, it's just that we don't even talk about it anymore.
I can't.
So something else that really stands to light here, the fact that we are seeing such a very strong Dignitas performance. Yes, it is Diamond, Tomo coming over, but last year on FlyQuest Academy, it was a lot of teaching moments, right? You had a very young Spyrax, a very young still Philip, a very young newer player Yuji, who were coming up through amateur systems given the big shot last year. And it was a lot of direction given by Diamond. You don't need to give that direction to Exu, who has been piloting and doing dirty the scenes of semi-pro for so long.
That's right. And we're going to see the replay of how it went down, but also an action in the picture-in-picture. Oh my God.
Insanity almost getting one back. Won't do it, though. Shutdown going over to Philip. So big stuff.
Philip is definitely racking in some good shutdown gold, but if you look at the matchup topside in terms of itemization and things like that, Hoon still in a very good spot. Oh, excuse me. And yeah,
I do wonder how this this kind of situation for FlyQuest, where they're fighting some of these picks, come out. It's got to feel a little good. But they are very much looking for these resources as much as possible. And Yuji, that's a lot of damage. Oh my God! God! He almost just got a twofer.
Oh, he wants it.
Oh my God, Tomo!
What?
You gotta be careful. Spyrax will sink those fangs into you like a sleeping viper. Philip over the wall though. We'll find Diamond wants to take down his old teammate, but baited once again. Thumbs up from Exu.
Look. Tomo go a little deep? Yeah. Did he die? Yeah. But did you see that turnaround from the petrifying gate? That was hot.
Oh no! They're gonna get revenge. Diamond says I'm flashing for this one, baby. You took down my ADC, I take down your life. As Hoon picks up the kill.
Need you a support like Diamond. Always gets you back when someone punishes you. And this is still a very much dig controlled game. XU feeling himself. No,
Dude, they do so much damage. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, they're like 12,000 plus in the lead.
God.
Yeah, Masu has no chance. No chance whatsoever as Dignitas pushing down these last moments. But it is, again, just that step up, that level above. Diamond said it so well. there's not even a question. There's not a conversation. They are the best bot lane. They are the ones that will be taking this league by storm and this Dignitas roster as a whole. No other bot lane is on the same league as them.
Oh man, only argument. Oh wait, we're fighting.
Yeah, it's fighting, but it's a one-sided fight, all right? Dignitas, they're putting the final touches on this base from FlyQuest. And in one last big fight left in the tank of FlyQuest themselves.
What an incredible series it's been from Dignitas, still further cementing themselves as one of the best teams in the league. Oh my god, Tomo, what kind of damage is that? It's just crossing the I's, dotting the T's, I believe it was, Mazel. That's all we have.
Exactly, that's what it was. That's what it was. I will just say, though, as well, as we were doing that check-in on UG and XU. Yes, XU looks so damn good this split and this series. UG has had those bright moments, but it's still about closing out victories, finding those mid-game, late-game turnarounds that haven't been there. And Dignitas, they're turning right into the face of Philip, who gets the kill. But it's Insanity who's flashing, bouncing damage, and there you go! Signal the end! The time is nigh, and Dignitas continue to dominate the NACL. They move themselves to 16-2, and you ain't gonna find a better team than them. Dignitas Challengers make a statement.
Masu and Keetong tried to measure up, but Tomo and Diamond raise the standard, Lennon, as they dominated this series along with the rest of Dignitas Challengers. And what an incredible series. We can praise the growth of FlyQuest. We can say that they've been looking better, but Dignitas stay on top.
And Tomo and Diamond get their revenge against their replacements, that new hotness in bot lane. Gotta feel good there, as we are going to step away for a little break. We'll be right back with an interview with Dignitas. Welcome back to the Horizon post-game interview. I'm joined by the standard bot lane, the dominant bot lane, whatever names you want to give them. They smashed today. It is Diamond from Dignitas Challengers. My man, I know. Hey, give yourself some props, dude. Y'all were looking real good. And I just got to start to talk about Tomo and the duo that you guys have had now for those 2 years, coming into Dignitas, a much different organization. How has that been for you, dude?
I mean, it's just another team with the boys. I mean, all our team gets along together. So, I mean, the organization, like, actually listened to like what the players wanted this split. We all wanted to play together. So, I mean, we're happy to be there, and we're just vibing, you know, like regardless of win or loss, like our mental and like our team environment is good. So that's all that matters for me.
And I want to talk about that team environment a little bit more so, because obviously you, known as a big voice on the FlyQuest team last year, guiding a lot of the newer players, facing against them today, obviously take the win. But coming into Dignitas, they already had a very vocal member in Insanity in the mid lane, XU himself as well. So we got to hear from Insanity a little bit how working with you has been like, and some of those voices really leading to positives. Now from your direction, how has it been like being a voice to this team?
And usually in most teams that I play on, I focus on trying to make sure, like, I just fill in the slot that I need to be. So in my previous team, I needed to talk a lot more because I had newer players. So, but in this team, I don't have to talk as much, but I still like call out the map plays, and where if someone's making a blatant mistake, I try to like help them, and I expect the same out of them. If I'm making a mistake, I want them to help me as well. So I try to teach them. So, but yeah, Insanity is a very good. Just a really good teammate to have. It's a really funny, and like his comms too are good. Like he uses a lot, very little words, but they're impactful words, you know. So
man,
I like
some of those comms that you posted. My God, we need more of that stuff, please.
Yeah, I can post more of those. Yeah.
let's please get that more. I do want to go into the conversation, right? That there is a big difference. You were talking about teaching a lot last year, and especially your conversations with Yuji. I know we did that doc with Yuji himself, and he had a lot to say about kind of his development. Now going into playing with XU, a different style, a lot more, I guess, seasoned in terms of the semi-pro atmosphere. How's it been working with him? Because jungle support is such an important connection right now.
It's been good. I think he's getting a lot better. And I mean, this meta is kind of, you just put him on the piggy, you put him on the spider, and you just choose which animal you're gonna play today, and then you go bot. You know, like it's not it's not too difficult. But I think like his game understanding and knowledge is good, and I like that when I give him feedback, he always like tries to implement it in his gameplay. Like he always listens. and a lot of players like they know about it, but they can't put it into the game. And his strength, I think, as a player is that he's very good at taking feedback and actually putting it into his own play. So I like that a lot from him, and I don't think he's a veteran. I think there's like a weird there's a weird thing about our team that like we have a bunch of LCS players, but if you look at me, I played like half a split in LCS, played half a split, and then XU was like subbed in, played like a couple of weeks, and like I think the only player that's really played in LCS in our team is like Insanity, right? So I don't think we're an LCS team like with the players we have.
For sure.
But I mean, if people want to call us an LCS team, go for it. I mean,
hey, you're looking pretty dominant here, for sure. Now, I do want to go into going against FlyQuest. Obviously, Dignitas was having a little bit of fun with it, coming out, tweeting about it. But what did it kind of mean to you going against this squad? And we'll talk about the bot lane matchup afterwards, but just against FlyQuest as a whole.
I mean, obviously, I don't want to lose, because losing to your previous team is, it's a bit, it kind of like validates like if they like kicked you or something, right? So for me, I didn't really want to lose them, obviously, and I wanted to kind of prove that me and Tomo were not the problem. But to be fair, like I have no like ill feeling towards like FlyQuest. Like we partied on mutual ways, and it was like fine. So I don't mind it too much. So for me, it was just like getting a win against my boys, and it was just funny to see them. And like at the beginning of the game, I was like joking to Tomo. I was like, when we were like getting to the lobby, I was like, Tomo, get into the lobby, get to FlyQuest. Let's go into their team and let's ready, you know. But we did too slow, you know. But yeah, I mean, it was funny. So no bad feelings.
Now I do want to talk about Masu, Keaton, the new hotness in the bot lane for FlyQuest Challengers. They had found a lot of good success. Obviously, a brick wall against you guys. What is it like going against some of these kind of Keaton, obviously a little bit of a stopgap while we're waiting on Ayla and things like that, but he's shown his own right. And then Masu, that up and coming kind of a semi-pro ADC.
I actually recovered the Masu to FlyQuest before I left, so I'm glad that they went for him. I think he's not a bad player. I think he has like potential. It sucks that he's playing on really hyping. I was playing on hyping at the beginning of the season because like the scrims, because I wasn't in LA waiting for my visa. And I was playing with 90 ping, and I can tell you, like 90 ping,
it's not fun.
It's not good. It's not fun. It's a mental block. But so I feel for him, honestly, especially on the carry. It's really hard. So I think once he gets like good ping, and he gets to improve and play with like his actual lane partner, like I don't no flame to Keaton, obviously.
Yeah.
But it will be like much better. I think they will get much better. I don't know if they're like the new hotness right now, but I mean. Yeah, if that's the narrative for them, then go for it. I think they have potential.
All right, I like it. Now, you said to me, Dignitas kind of letting you guys cook. Now, what recipes you cook it up here? All right, Diamond, you gotta share some of the goods. I need some of that.
Well, I mean, there's like some new stuff happening next patch. I mean, they're nerfing a lot of champs, so maybe we're gonna be cooking, but we'll see what happens. We got some stuff in the pod, but we don't know yet. Like, you know.
All right, we'll let it simmer a little bit longer. I want to give you a chance to give any shout outs here before I let you go.
Shout out to team. Shout out to everyone watching. Shout out to Twitch chat. Shout out to X Empire that types player name based every single time. You think we don't see you? We see you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Vienna, I think she was watching your match. Thank you for watching. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Mazel. Shout out to Soul. Shout out to Soul Strike. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to the FlyQuest boys. Shout out to Spyrax. Shout out to Eugene in the back. Shout out to Philip. Shout out to Nick Fan. Let's go.
All the shout outs. I appreciate you so much as always, Diamond. Thank you so much for chatting with me. We're going to say goodbye to Diamond. I'm going to bring back in Soul and Beatdown to finish out the day. Bye. As Soul got to hear a little bit of words from the man in the bot lane for Dignitas, and nice words as his dominating performance kind of upends that pride.
Sorry?
Sorry, I was just saying it was really nice to hear from Dignitas some of that pride coming through, the confidence built from the performances we saw today.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely nice to see them super confident, and for good reason too. Like they've shown dominating performances throughout the entire week, and it doesn't seem they don't show any signs of stopping. So we just gotta see which team is gonna be able to put a stop to the Dignitas train right now.
Through that, and we are gonna bring up our standings here now and take a look at what we got going on. 16-2 is the record of our top team, 4 above anyone else. Wild card right there at 3. Obviously, you were saying earlier, Evil Geniuses need to get to that left side of the bracket. But speaking of Soul, I got to ask a little bit of foreshadowing question. We're not going to see you on broadcast tomorrow on this side of things, but we will see you on the other side facing against Wild Card. Any thoughts going into that matchup?
Well, I mean, Wild Card has obviously proven that they're.
Are you banning Garen?
Oh, we can't leak strategy. Sorry, my coach would kill me. But I mean, Wildcard has obviously proven that they're like a strong team, and a lot of people are underrating them. So we're definitely gonna go into it with like a full mindset and respecting them as like a strong team, and we're definitely gonna be there and showcase what we got and our improvement.
And Beatdown, you got any thoughts about the standings here as we're closing it down for the day?
Dignitas firmly cementing themselves as number 1 at the top. It's an incredible record that they have, and their consistency is probably the scariest thing about them. So, Kangas, I'm definitely going to agree with half of his hot take. I think Dig are pretty well poised to win it all.
They are indeed. Well, I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to you, Soul, for joining us on the desk, being confident to come in, cast with us, to do interviews. If you are following this man, go follow that social tag right under his picture, because this man deserves Beatdown now deserves instant gratification, and not any gratification for me. But seriously, Soul, I want to give you the space here, man. It's been such a pleasure to get to talk with you, get to hear a little bit in between a very tough season that's ongoing. So let's hear a little bit of shout out from you. What do you got cooking? What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the entire broadcast. You guys are amazing. You guys are truly like professionals, and guys, casting is so difficult. I mean, I can't even like begin to like describe like how difficult this sort of stuff is. And obviously, I don't really like think about it when I'm like actually playing the game and when I'm watching these matches. So shout out to broadcast, and yeah, thank you guys for watching, and also thank you to all the production crew, Mazel, Beatdown. You guys were great hosts today.
Thank you, man. I'm looking forward to you and Moose Hater going at it tomorrow. It's going to be a fun time. But that is going to be it from us. We're going to say goodbye to everyone here. Thank you all for tuning in. Special shout outs to our production team behind the scenes to make us look so good. Soul, Beatdown, you guys are amazing. To the audience, the players, the reason why we're here wouldn't be here without you. And we'll see you next time on Summoner's Rift.